So I'm going to insert this clip further back in the video. If you're watching this video just for the wire harness routing, then skip to this timestamp. The only videos that I was able to find online, like the most recommended video, was a dude, like literally in the video, washing his flip-flops in his driveway. He's like, oh, I'll show you what I'm doing. He's shaking the camera all around and like putting his intake on, taking it off. Very poor quality, did not help at all. But I have the majority of the wire harness figured out. What is going on, YouTube? I'm Brandon. You are back on the automotive channel that I started just to document restoring my 1970 Monte Carlo. This is going to be my second video on it. For a little bit of reference here, I have been on vacation for the last week. It was my goal to have this thing running by the time I was done with my vacation and returning to work. We had plenty of problems. We spent the last weekend at the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. You guys can check out my main channel. We had a blast. Videos are coming out on that. Such a good time. When I got back, we got back late Monday. We basically converted the garage into a living headquarters because my air conditioner broke in the house. That consumed all day Monday, all day Tuesday. It was fixed about midday on Wednesday. Starting on Thursday, I built a pantry in my dining room. And then Friday, what did I do Friday? Finished it up, edited some videos, sat around in the rain, and I came out here, started cleaning up the garage a little bit, and I started poking around on my car. I made myself a list. I didn't have any paper available, but I had some scrap wood. I need plug wires, which I just ordered. I need oil and an oil filter. I need a throttle cable, but in order to get the throttle cable, I need to measure the length on it. I need a serpentine belt. I need coolant hoses. I just ordered the barbs for the radiator. The heater hose jumper for right here, which I just ordered that. That'll be here tomorrow. Exhaust bolts, which I got this morning. I need some transmission fluid. I put that on here twice. And then I got some battery cables and a few different assortments. I'm gonna try to trace that out. But what I've done here off camera this morning is I drilled a big old hole in my firewall. I'm gonna completely disconnect my engine harness because I want this computer in the cab. I'm gonna fish it back through the engine back through the firewall, hook everything back up to the engine. I think today I can accomplish that. I can possibly get my throttle linkage hooked up for my little ratchet shifter. I don't remember the name brand on this ratchet shifter that I got, but I've had this installed for a while. I can get that in, potentially hooked up, and then from the last video, I have all of my fuel lines and my fuel pump wiring just tucked underneath the differential right now. I need to, or want to, run that up to the front. I have a new fuel pressure regulator for it because I managed to break my other one. Is this my broken one? Yes, this is the broken one here. I destroyed this tab. I picked up an identical replacement for, I think like 35 bucks. There it is right there. So, depending, I don't know, I guess I'll start disconnecting this wire harness. I don't know how exciting that is or how much I'm gonna show. Then I'm gonna eat some lunch, and then I'll come back, start fishing it through, and then we can do the rest of the stuff we're talking about. Hopefully get to a pretty good stopping point at some point today. My dreams of hearing this thing run today are non-existent, but hey, we're making progress. That's the important part. If I can do that once or twice a week, then I'll have a running car. And then if I get a running car, I'll be fired up to have a driving car. So this part here really won't be too exciting. I already took off the transmission wires just because they're a pain to get to. All these plugs are relatively brand new. So I don't think I should have too much of a Oh, I don't have to undo these ones. I don't think I should have too much of a hard time getting all these plugs out. I don't got to worry about breaking any clips. I mean, it's always a possibility. Just like that, the harness is free. So I've got the harness kind of sprawled out here, and all I'm going to do is fish it through a hole that I cut back there. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, there it is. But it's going to be a lot of getting in, getting out, moving around. This is going about exactly how I expected it to go. Well, that about kicked my ass. But I got it all the way ran through. Computer, fuses, all that stuff is hanging out down there. It's also got the wires for tack, speedo, all that good stuff. So now I gotta lay everything out across the engine here, try to get it tied up halfway decent-ish. I was looking for the alternator wire. It seems short. Like the easy way to do it, start at the alternator and just have everything fall in place after that. I might have to pull a little bit more through. I believe this is my alternator wire here. This is my throttle position sensor. This might be like temp or something like that, but we'll get it. I'm a little gassed. I shouldn't be this winded from climbing up and down a ladder, but I've been up this thing probably 40, 50 times. In the engine bay, whatever, you know the deal. I could not figure out that wire harness for the life of me. The only videos that I was able to find online, like the most recommended video, was a dude, like literally in the video watching his flip-flops in his driveway. He's like, oh, I'll show you what I'm doing. He's shaking the camera all around and like putting his intake on, taking it off. Very poor quality, did not help at all. But I have the majority of the wire harness figured out. I'm gonna show you guys how I have it routed. So you have a split in your intake here at the top. If you're running the OEM intake, there's a little Y that will, you can kind of see, lines these wires up. It's fell out of place a little bit. But underneath that, start with your alternator. Hook up your alternator, all your throttle body stuff, position sensors, all that. And then if you can manage to do that, everything else will pretty much fall in place. All the injectors are clipped in. And then, so I'm giving a rough idea here, trying to help establish a guideline. You will know if everything's in the right, it'll really only lay one way. If you get that Y set up and you clip in your alternator, then you can start laying everything else. There's a harness for the transmission with it's gonna be the biggest plug that you've got. You'll run that behind the engine down to the transmission. There should be another plug down there. I have an aftermarket like Reman wire harness, and I think he installed 2 sets of O2 sensors for me. There's a couple that I need to find. I gotta find this sensor, and then I have my mass airflow. I'm gonna have to get this hooked up, put that sensor on there, and after that the wire harness should be good. I was just getting ready to move on to connecting my shifter to my transmission. I had to go scavenging through the trunk. I found the brackets. It's gonna take me a minute of playing with the brackets to figure out which one I need, and we'll get this guy hooked up. I'll show you how it's hooked up now. I mean, it was a junkyard engine and junkyard transmission, so everything was literally cut off of it. And it's kind of a mess. Like, I'm gonna need oil cooler lines for the transmission. I'm gonna need an oil cooler. I'm gonna need power steering lines. I'm gonna need a power steering reservoir. I can't seem to find the tensioner. I'm gonna have to find a tensioner for the belt when I go, before I measure that and purchase that. There's still so much to do here. But like I said earlier, we're making progress, and that's what's important. All right, so here's the deal on the linkage. This is the old bracket here that retains the cable that needs to come off. I believe it's a couple Allen heads up on the top. They're gonna be a little difficult to get to, but we'll get them. And then this bracket is gonna have to come off here and will be replaced by this guy here. So that should just be a direct replacement. I'll mess with getting this bracket off here, and we'll see which bracket. I have an assortment of different brackets right here, and we'll see what happens. If I could reuse these top mounting positions, I would be stoked. Other applications I've seen people use the bolts on the transmission oil pan, and they will bolt one up right there. So I'll see what'll work for me, but nevertheless, I got to get this out of the way, get that pulled off. And then one thing that I'm missing, I might have in my service truck outside, is a cotter key for the back side of this. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a little nipple here that just threads on. So that'll get pushed in, and then it'll get retained in the back with the cotter key. There's a tiny little hole in there. So hopefully I've got one, and then I can have this thing done and be on to the next project. But I might be hanging it up for the day and going on a ride. I am already down here, so I'd like to get all my fuel lines ran to the front, figure out where I'm gonna install my fuel regulator, which I think I see a spot for it. No slop on that T40, and because the space is so tight, I doubt I'll be able to get a ratchet on it. I'm putting a wrench on it, on the hex part of the socket. That is very tight. Oh, fuck me. Oh, I did something. Fucking busting my knuckles wide open. Jesus, fuck. Well, if I can find my socket, I'll know if I got her loose. Oh yeah, we drew blood on that one. Kitties. Hell yeah, this looks very similar to this guy here. Except I think it's far enough away where it won't go. Find a few spacers here. Might need a longer bolt. I think I just took all my. Did I take all my wrenches out of it? Okay, which ones did I want again? These two. 13, 12, I don't fucking know. I don't work on metric shit. Oh, these are just fucking loose. Alright, you'll see what I got for bolts and different shit. I think I got some spacers here. Alrighty. This is not a correct cotter key. This is a fucking finishing nail. I'm gonna have to replace it with a cotter. I might just have to stop what I'm doing and get a cotter key as it is, because that ain't gonna fit through there. You guys want to see if it works real quick though? Let me know, would you? It should be parked. Reverse, neutral, reverse, or drive. So it's in, oh, fuck, it shot out on me. You guys didn't tell me. What the fuck? Alright, I'm gonna have to readjust this cable now because I've discovered that it was not pushed all the way forward. Okay, now I gotta move this bracket again. Losing all my goddamn Sonic rings. Boom. Got a hitch clip in it. Reconfigured the back bracket. I went forward 2 bolt holes and I flipped the bracket upside down. Gave me just what I needed. We're gonna go check all the Prindle stuff. Park. Let's try again. Reverse. Neutral. Drive. Reverse. Neutral. Drive. 1. Or 3, 2, 1. It took me like an hour to figure out what I was doing wrong. And it's all because from the rip, I didn't read the instructions. I'm not really proud of what I did here, but I'm not one to cover up my mistakes. This is not the final version of it. I'm of course gonna make it a lot cleaner, but as I set this up, I did not realize that this lever went all the way forward. So I had to cut a hole in my dash. Pristine, original 1970 dashboard in good condition. I just blew a big ass hole in it. I'm gonna clean it up, make it look as pretty as possible. I could have avoided all this. I could have spent the time to make the column shifter work to keep it original. The car's not original anymore. I mean, bottom line. I was hell-bent on using that shifter. That's why I did what I did. I'm committed to it now. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I'm gonna have to live with it. But that's what it is. I'm gonna get the cover thrown on there. And I think I'm gonna about call it a day here. It's been a long enough day working on this car. So maybe tomorrow I'll come back out and dig with that fuel system. I do still wanna go for a ride. So I'll put this in before I close the video out because I've already done that. I am realizing now that I'm trying to put this cover together, I misplaced the boot to like seal this in here. Sorry, I know it's dark. I already put my light away. And I misplaced the mounting bracket to be able to secure the lid properly. That's what happens when you buy parts 6 years ago. Halfway install them, halfway don't install them. That's just the situation that I've created for myself. I also am aware I did not install the neutral safety switch. I can do that at a later time. I do have the neutral safety switch. I'm probably not going to install that. I will probably just bypass anything that's kicking that out. I don't really give a damn about a neutral safety switch. I don't have one on my Harley. Everything's bypassed. It is what it is. So it's been a fun day. I'm happy. I feel like I've made a lot of progress. I don't feel like I got a lot done, but I got a couple big things that I wanted to get done, completed. That computer being in the cab is a big one. Just got to find a better home for it. I had Aubrey, my daughter, out here with me to help ratchet that shifter. I was hoping she was going to want to stick around and do some more, but we're trying to get her inspired. Trying to get her part of this thing here. So, hey, one more thing I just took care of. This has been something that's bothered me for, oh man, how many, 18 years now since I've had the car. The front cover would always pop out. Turns out it was literally one screw that was not in place, causing this to pop out. The body lines could be a little bit better, but you know, so could the rest of the car. So a problem that I've hated for like over half of my life was one screw that was still in the car. So fixed it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support, no matter how it is that you show it. I hope that you guys are enjoying this series. I think it's obvious. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of doing one piece at a time, hoping that it works, dying to drive this car. So thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one.